What it do, homies? It's your boy David. I'm back today. We out here with some more champion themes. This time we checking out Bel'Veth, the Empress of Void. I do have a reaction to the cinematic one as well. So let's go ahead and shut up, see what more we can dive out of her actual theme. Oh my goodness. Okay, so first thoughts. By the way, this will be somewhat of a musical analysis type of breakdown. Okay, so expect there to be pauses. Now I've seen the cinematic and everything, and that one's kind of like more purely visual and action oriented, right? But I feel like we don't truly get to know more, outside seeing like the moves and everything. I know they put that out as well, but I haven't watched that. But we get to fully see or at least get a sense of what the character is about by their themes, right? Because the theme is supposed to embrace this character as a whole, right? And depending on what kind of stuff you gather from music, sometimes you can gather more from the theme than you can from actually seeing them playing, especially when it comes to learning about like personality or like true intentions. Okay. So first off, kind of like your typical kind of horror kind of screeches or screams that you would normally see in like horror movies, especially when something's coming, like duh, duh, duh. But they kind of gave this whole entire intro has a sense of organicness to it, especially with the it's not necessarily a drone, but that pulse that do that gives you that sense of something that's alive. Like you ever seen one of those Jurassic Park movies and the T-Rex and everything when they kind of, I don't know, maybe it was the Velociraptors or something that made like that little weird sound with their throat. So immediately, just right off the bat, you get a sense of organic, something living, something terrible, and it's got a murderous intent because of the horror and the screeching and everything. And in the cinematic, we kind of seen her shape turn from one thing to another, right? So we look at that in context of this song and how all of these weird type of sounds are kind of coming together to form this weird harmony. At first, it kind of sounds like it's chaotic before it starts taking shape. And even then, we still don't know where the song is going, right? Kind of similar to how she looked like this and then she turned to some type of dragon or something. I'm not really too sure. So seeing those concepts moved into the song is absolutely amazing. And this is definitely one of the things where I wish I had seen the theme first before I went and watched the cinematic. But we're here now, so. Hear these Brahms. It's like shape-shifting and evolving the sound. This mixing is beautiful. And I like to think that this little heavy kind of thump they got going on, how they kind of it's got a wet texture to it, right? To give you like something like slimy. But a lot of these sounds are definitely unsettling, and I think that's the route that they were going towards, right? Just imagine listening to this without being accompanied by images. You'd probably go to the same thing. But just the shape shifting, that's okay. Yeah, wetness, and it's just It's mixed, and the sound design on this is absolutely incredible. I would expect nothing less from Riot. Their concept artists are really good too. Oh, that was interesting. That's interesting. And it kind of went from sinister to almost like this last part right here, almost like a sense of hope. Like oh, you know what? She also, you see how she has the appearance of like a lady and everything before it turns into like complete horror and everything. Obviously, she masks her horrific figure by looking like this before she reveals who she is. Maybe that's what that was about. I know that they showed the cinematic of all those fishes or what have you, kind of spurring out. But you could also make a call to her human-like appearance, somewhat human-like appearance in a gown in the music as well. That's the only type of something that I could take from that, where it's just like that. It's like the type of stuff you would hear if you're watching like the movie 300 and you hear like those war torn kind of, you know what I mean? Usually you see those type of scenes in a scene that 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 mimics us a solution to whatever issue that was at hand. But that type of transition right there, I would have expected to hear it at the beginning, right? Because that's how she appears before she turns into this monstrous form. So it's interesting to hear that in the middle, and I'm not really too sure what to think about that. Oh, this is the storyboarding of the cinematic trailer. Tendrils. I'm gonna tell you something. I've done a lot of champion themes and everything so far. But as far as like conceptualize, I think this is they done a really, really good job, right? 'Cause there just seems to be so many layers to Bel'Veth outside of just this form. It's like she got multiple forms, right? The one with the gown, then she turns into this, and then then she turns into the other type of monster. It's like as she keeps going on, her forms just keep changing and changing and changing. You don't ever know what to expect, right? There's always somewhat of a calm before the storm, right? And it looks like she has many storms, right? So I think what kind of adds to the gravity of the epicness of there is the time silences in the songs while they start to build up a little bit more of those really weird FX and creepy type of sounds right before it goes right into like the epic like Brahms and hits and cinematic stuff. And it really helps set the pace with these many small like silence breaks. And I think those small silence breaks are to somewhat hint at her unpredictability because of just all of these forms and all these type of powers and stuff that she has. But very sinister. I'm gonna tell you something. This type of design combined with the music and the cinematic trailer, and I haven't even seen what type of music and stuff that she moves and stuff she has, makes me want to pick up the game just so I can play her, just so I can see what she's about, right? All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.